This week we begin our next sermon series, one I'm calling, What Would You Rather Be Wrong About? It's a 4-part sermon series exploring what it means to risk and the connections between risk, justice, and faith. We're building on the series about the 5 virtues that we explored in November and December: willingness, gratitude, generosity, agency, and hope. I called that earlier series Packing Our Bag because I imagined us getting ready for a journey together, and we packed our bags with the 5 virtues, knowing that these spiritual tools would be important to us as we went out on our search for meaning and connection. But they still exist as hypotheticals. In this next series, we're heading out the door, and we don't really know what adventures await us. All we know is that they will show us who we are. We are not the words that come out of our mouths. The truth about someone's character can always be found in what they do. This is where the virtues shift from being something we say we believe to showing what we believe, and ultimately what we will risk so our actions align with what we say our virtues are. The first sermon, when our friends do bad things. We often say we want to empower people with less power, but this means we have to disempower people who already hold power. So empowering people is a noble idea until you have to make a sacrifice. And this can be acutely painful for people who already hold some power, but perhaps not enough to insulate them from the repercussions of taking a stand. The second one, you do not have the right to the fruits of your labor. This is our intergenerational service, and we'll be basing it on a famous passage from the Bhagavad Gita to move us beyond working for outcomes and focus instead on doing what is right. Our effort, not outcomes, are what's important. What you will bring forth will save you is from the Gospel of Thomas, and it's important to explore who we are and who we are becoming, because we are becoming something. We will either become that thing that is shaped by the world around us, or we will be shaped by the yearning for good that is calling out through us, and that choice is ours. So let's choose the path that transforms the world and saves lives. And finally, my darling, this is the first sermon in February. The story of Adam and Eve is not true, but it does tell us about our greatest fear, that we will be rejected. So what would the world be like if we lived not as people who fear rejection, but as people who expect to be loved? That's our series, and I hope to see you on Sunday.